1 minute practice session. So on 1 minute practice session, that means 20 seconds on technique, 20 seconds on trickery, and 20 seconds on a test. Half an hour, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. An hour, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. But a 1 minute one, just because I'm not going to make you watch me practice for half an hour, okay? 2 shots would be on technique. So for me, technique would be me being very mindful of what I do. Okay, I let my leg get a little too straight too quick. Gets me into a bit of a spot where I get a little thrusty. So I would be very disassociated with outcome. If I hit it nicely, good for me. If I don't hit it, I'm in a technique training moment. I don't care. I could stand on the range and top a bunch of shots. Here's the beauty. I don't care what you guys think. Well, you guys, oh my God, Martin missed a shot down there. I'm like, I'm not even paying attention to you. I'm in my technique space, making body motions, being very, very aware of a few things, okay? So for example, I might come up back here and prime this. Priming and practice swing, you could trade those words. So I might say, okay, I'm very, very mindful of how I load my hips. That's a sensation. And so I'll hit a shot. Maybe the outcome is a good one. Maybe the outcome is a bad one. But in my training section of my 3 T's, training, trickery, and a test, as I set up and I'm going to hit the shot, I'm very mindful of how my pelvis is moving. And I might go, oh, you know what, the outcome was decent. I'll take it. Okay, but I'm more invested in, did I produce the feeling I wanted to produce? Now guess what I get to do after I hit that shot? If I have a camera on a tripod, my little baby tripod right there, I get to walk over, pop it off, and look at it. Go, yeah, my right leg was a little bit more governed. It didn't get so. But if I don't have a sense of feedback, how do I know what I'm doing, guys? Is that fair? Okay? So you just saw me practice. That's the technique piece. That's the part I don't much like. My practice may be half an hour these days. Half an hour. Okay, 10 minutes of that stuff. I like the smart ball. I might put the smart ball between my arms. Why do I like the smart ball? Because the smart ball helps me manage my elbows. If I manage my elbows, I manage my wrists. Good things tend to happen. A lot of tour players warm up every day with this. If the best players in the world are doing something, pretty good idea to mimic what they're doing. Just saying. Okay? What's this? Famous investors. A lot of people like reading books on famous investors. Why? Because they're freaking billionaires. And so if you mimic what famous investors do, chances are you invest better than what somebody who doesn't mimic with them. Okay? So you get my point. So I might train with this for 10 minutes. And training with this for 10 minutes, you know, it's awkward the first few times. You don't know what to do with it. It feels fidgety. But pretty soon, it's a pretty, you pop that thing in there and it looks like it wasn't even there. Aiming the face, taking a look. Settling in the feet, taking a look. Hitting a shot. Okay, a skinny one out there. Whatever. Okay. So practice, guys. How do you know if you're doing it right? What do you need? Feedback. You need feedback. Are you going to hire somebody to hold your phone for you? And they're going to hold it incorrectly. Why are these tripods not very tall? Well, this golf specific one. Why is it only this tall, guys? Perfect. Unless you're 9 foot tall. That's spot on. It's got a little adjustability feature in it. Okay, again, we use this. This one's the G-Pod. We use the iRange. They make 2 great ones. Or you can really go and get an inexpensive little aluminum one from Amazon or Walmart. Okay? But if you don't have a way for you to kind of go back and by the way, I'm recording landscape. When I'm filming myself for just review, it's always vertical. It's always portrait mode. Okay? So this is just presentation mode. It's always portrait mode for when you're going to check yourself out, okay? The one mistake you're going to make, guys, is you're going to put the camera too close to yourself. Because you can always zoom in to look at yourself. You can't create what's not there by being too close to what you're recording. Does that make sense? So it's some ranges, they're limited space, you won't be able to do it, and you'll deal with that. But this is a down the line video, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a face-on video. There's 90 degrees down the line. Here's a face-on video. Coach Brian's in there. Good, and I get the videos dead nuts to the 90. So why do I practice with a T-square down? So my video is spot on. Every time I look at it, I'm looking at a 90-degree thing on the ground. Not very smart, but I'm smart enough to know I want to look at something that gives me the same reference. Okay? You don't have to buy a fancy toolbox. $2 aim sticks from Home Depot will do. Okay? So same thing. So say I'm in the next portion of my practice routine, guys. I've done my 10 minutes of misery, my technical stuff. You guys have lots of technical stuff in your training already. You can go through your app and you can go, I'm going to go do 10 minutes on this piece. This really bugs me. Okay, so maybe for you, Rich, say pick Rich. Rich had a little relevation with his kind of flippiness. We used one of the training products and we taught something interesting about address and sort of follow through for him. He was very much a head down flicky guy. And then I hit a couple shots for him and he realized that's not what it looked like at all. And so we gave him a little bit of a reference. And so he did a nice job of, instead of kind of keeping his head down and kind of giving it this little flick, and it kind of goes low and left without much power on it, because you poor guys are stuck in your past. I mean, most of you are stuck in your head down. Start again, just stare at the ball and give it a whack. And then as coaches, we're trying to deal with what you bring us. And we're trying to say, hey, it's okay to do something different. It's okay because you want to be better. And when you really look at how a good player hits it, they don't do that. And so then his next swing, he worked through some of these. And Rich, how did you do, bud? Did you have some good ones?
Yeah, I did pretty good. It's sort of starting to transfer a little bit to my 8 iron.
Good. So here's what we did in Rich's case. And then I'll talk about what I did with Greg, and Alfonso and all you guys. So if you measure this angle between my left arm and my club, assuming a straight line's 180 and that's 90, I'm somewhere between the two, agreed? Okay, you put a protractor on there and call it out, but I don't know what it is. So, but it's not 180. It's not a straight line, is it? It's some sort of angle. Okay. Now when I clip this little shot, here's something unique. Now I can't hit this very hard at 7 iron. I'll freak out the boys down there. Coming in hot. Okay, right? Now, is that closer to 90 or closer to 180? Interesting. Didn't start closer. You see where I'm at? As it went this way, which way are my hands going, guys? Are they going up or are they going down? I would say forward's a contribution from pivot, Alan. So forward's your direction, agreed? So as I'm unwinding, my hands would be going forward, but which way is the club going? Interestingly down, as opposed to... So interesting as I'm hitting little shots, which segues beautifully into Greg and I partying over there. Okay? So if you look around, guys, has anybody graduated? When did you recently graduate from high school? 87. We're not spring chickens, boys. Okay? How old are you, Alfonso? Are you the baby in the group?
No, I'm your age.
Okay. Who's the youngest here? I don't know, 50 maybe? 55, 60? Anybody? 50s? See, we're all old buggers, okay? So, 53, so you're the baby. So watch. As we get older, and I joke, I said, my butt looks like a pizza box now, okay? It's not juicy, robust, muscular thing anymore, right? It doesn't necessarily want to stand me up anymore. Okay? So think about that, right? Is that too much information? So, juicy. I haven't said that in a golf lesson in a long time. So as I'm bent over to a golf ball, try not to laugh. As I'm bent over to a golf ball, every golf swing, here's an interesting thing, fellas. And this is where you guys can just go have so much fun with this and get so much better. And if you post on your damn app, who gets back to you? Me. He does. We do. Pretty quick, really. If you got to wait 2 days, that's a long time. That means one of us is on vacation or doing, you know what I mean? Normally it's the next morning we get back to you. So here's an interesting thing. This stick has cut me in half. Agreed? Okay. So if I tip over to hit this golf ball, where'd that bottom of the stick go, guys? Behind me, right? Where should this bottom of the stick stay? Oh, see? Sucker the new guy every time. Every time I get me one. Okay, watch. It's behind me. Okay? When I hit this shot, is it still behind me, guys? Not even close. Okay? But watch my head. Did I move my head a bunch? Watch what's happening here. So safe to say, something went from flexion to extension. This was part of it, agreed? Okay. Then, but it wasn't just, I didn't just do this to hit the ball, did I? Or I'd miss it. Okay. Maybe I did something that looks like this. So part of me went from flexion extension, and did I start off like, see how I'm a side bend, guys, a little bit? Now, I don't expect you to hold a side bend for a long time because you might get a strain. You gonna move the camera around? Sure. But you're starting to see what you didn't see before. Golf, I started off the golf camp like it's a little juggle. It is a chaotic little juggle, guys. Learning how to hit a golf ball is a chaotic little juggle, okay? Where we're in a flexion and extension. So now, maybe I go back to my fun time with Rich. Okay, my microphone, let me move it over here. Okay, so I'm bent over. Now watch, I could hit a shot like this, staying bent over. Does that look like the Martin Chuck you met on the videos? Is that how I hit it? Okay, I'm bent over. That Martin Chuck wouldn't break 100. Okay? Now you're like, ooh, okay, I kind of see him. All right, casually, D, standing up. All this stuff, all this important crap about setup. Man, he really works hard on that setup stuff with all of us. Stepping in, waggling, standing up. Okay, there's Tanner. Coming at you, Tanner. And here's forward flexing. Collecting the ball. Now here's my finishing form. He played professional baseball. Now, so see how there is a flexion and extension there? And interesting, right? See this kind of coming together a little bit for you guys? But how's it going to come together if you can't check it yourself? Now, you can go see another coach, and I want you to. Go take your lessons with your home guy. He'll be way nicer to you than me. I promise he will. Okay? But now you're more educated on what's going on in your golf swing. And when you post your videos, I don't want you to post really long ones. I'm not going to watch them. I want you to post a face-on video and a down-the-line video. You can post, if you want, post 4 separate videos. 2 can be an 8-iron, and 2 can be a 3-wood or a driver, or a 7-iron and a 3-wood. I don't care. You see my point? Because what I can take is, I can take the face-on, I can take the down-line, put them side by side, watch them and talk to you. Go, hey, way to go. Tim, you're doing great, man. That left arm of yours is up on top. Your structure looks way better. Okay, I can go, Alfonso, way to go. At the top now, you look really nice. You're not playing violin on your shoulder anymore. Okay, I can go, Mike, you're doing a great job. You're learning how to kind of deliver this expansion in a different timing. Okay, I can tease Robert and I say, Robert, you're playing golf taller than Hervé Villachez is. That's a little inside joke between Robert and I, if you know who Hervé Villachez is. But if you don't have a way, guys, to check with a quick video and post it, how do you know you're getting any better? Especially if you have somebody who's going to watch you. You're my morning coffee routine. And honestly, I didn't have anybody post today. There's 4,230 students that have rolled through this golf school. to this point. Every day I usually have 4 to 6 people. Today I had none. Okay, got off light. Didn't have to do any work. Tomorrow I might have 10. Okay, not everybody posts. That's okay. Robert didn't post once between golf camps. Maybe people are app averse, don't want to post. Maybe you don't want to feel like you let me down. Oh, I didn't get any better, Martin. I don't want to let you. You're going to yell at me. You're damn right I'm going to yell at you. Okay, but it's out of love because I want you to get better. So what am I going to say to you? Hands and stuff are fantastic, Robert. What's that feeling like we're working on? Just trust the process, man. Right? You're going to get it. Okay? So guys, a practice routine. I got on a tangent. Sorry. 3 things. Some sort of element of technique. Not the whole kit and caboodle. Pick one thing. One thing for 10 minutes. Trickery. What's trickery? Trickery is good fun. Trickery is, okay, I'm going to hit a little wedge at this black flag. How low can I hit this wedge? How really, not to stop it there, but just how do I, if I take as much loft off it as I can, hit this low little stingy thing, oh, that was fun. Just being silly and playful. Did I do that by keeping my head down? Or would you see? You see me kind of stand up and hold off the loft like crazy. Can't hit it far that way, but I can sure punch a good one out from under the trees. Or if the wind's howling, I can do that. That's fun. Or maybe the next one, I can flip one high up over something. See what I'm saying? Yeah, throw me a few more balls, guys. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I go, okay, I'm gonna hit a flop shot with my 7-iron. Now I wouldn't go and hit a million different clubs, but now I can lay this thing way, way back and try to hit one really high and soft. So 10 minutes of that's worth a ton, because that's kind of expanding your awareness and feels. And I think everybody lives in a box because they always think they have to hit the same shot with the same club. It's not the case. You want to be really creative with your golf clubs on both ends of the curve and both ends of trajectory, because if you can kind of see both ends, guys, middle is not that far away. And if you can see high and low, then the trajectory where the ball responds off the face for most shots is nice. So fart around with that. You were doing a little, Mike had you doing a right-left thing over there. It's fun, isn't it? It is fun. So there's technique, which we've done too much of in the camp. We always do. There's trickery, which is this silliness of shaping high and low. And you can do it with any club in the bag. Okay? So here's a pitching wedge. Here's a grounder to the pin on the left over there. A grounder to the pin on the left. How's that? Pretty cool, right? Isn't that fun? Yay, I'm here all week. Now, I don't know whose iPad that is, but he was nervous for a half second. I wasn't. So that was a shut-faced little hook along the ground. Do you think somebody taught me that? Maybe slight concepts, but why could I do that? Because I farted around having fun being playful. I got the benefit of doing it as a kid for the most part with other peers that were talking shit, and that's a great time to learn. Okay, and then the last thing is a test. So the test would be, okay, I'm not leaving until I hit 5 balls on that green, or 5 tee balls within that target and that target, or I'm not leaving until 3 out of my 5 shots the divots at and after the ball. Or maybe I put a little face spray on the club and I'm not leaving until I get 5 that don't touch the margin of the heel or the toe. Whatever it is, like give yourself a little test so when you're done, you go, hey, way to go, I did that, pass that test. Leave with a attaboy. So a test is 3 things: a bit of technique, a bit of trickery, and a bit of a test. And that's it. That could be half an hour, it could be 15 minutes, 5, 5, and 5. That's way better than hitting a shot and going, oh, what happened there? And then hit another shot and go, oh, what happened there? Oh, what happened there? Oh, to hell with it. I'm just going to smash my driver for the next 20 minutes. See where I'm going with that, guys? Okay. So that was one of Sorensen's questions. And the other one was about, man, we've got these different feels. Should I go play golf now? And the answer is absolutely go play golf right away. Because before every shot, you get a brief opportunity for that like residue of training to maybe apply to that swing. Then again, the performance of golf is hard because you hit a shot, you get 4 minutes off. You hit a shot, you got 4 minutes off. That's why golf is really hard. So when you think we're heckling you on routine, guys, it's only because we want you to be good. Because we're good performers because we take the routine part seriously, the preparation to the shot seriously. If you don't take it seriously, good luck to you. And it's not a big deal, guys. Like when you get good at it, you know, you can even be having a laugh. Because if it's it's not a big deal to kind of go, okay, I just was in a cart for 2 minutes talking to somebody looking for a golf ball, stand on a target line, great grip in the left hand, walk up, pair the hands with a waggle, tip over with a bit of structure, aim the face. My waggles are not on the ground, guys. I don't want to touch the ball and take a penalty. Then I can tip over to the golf ball and I can hit it. And I can, go, a little thin, little pull, get on the green, or not. Maybe I got a chip. Say la vie. But that's it. That's the goal. Walking in like that. And then afterward I can go, just a little low heel, just not quite in the middle of the face. Woe's me. Maybe at least 4 or 5 yards of total distance. It's a little bit left. Not the end of the world. It's probably on a green if I aim properly. Okay? If I aim properly, it's still probably on the green. So is everybody an expert golfer right now? Just magically came to the golf school and poof, you're just amazing. Man, he just said to me that magic word, open sesame, and I'm just phenomenal now. No, it'd be like learning how to play guitar. If you went to Elton John's piano camp for the weekend, right, and you didn't play piano, you'd still suck at piano. Hopefully you'd have a good time with Elton John, some fuzzy glasses, okay, and good stories. Maybe you had a plan. That's all we're doing with you here, okay? So guys, before we go to lunch, you're tasked with one thing. You and your coach right now have to post a video that doesn't suck. He's going to help you. You need your phone. You got to post a video of yourself hitting a shot. So we know you know how to do it. So if we know you know how to do it, I feel better about it. Okay? Just a good video. You can use a couple of our props. If you want to use our stuff, fine. If you want to freehand it, we can show you how to freehand it. But trust me, your buddies won't be able to do it. They'll be like this. Oh, good shot. They'll be like, whoa, and they'll be like angled. They'll be up here. They'll be tall, like, Murray will be aiming down on the golfer like this. I'm not tall, but you'll see me do this when I'm doing a video, because that's like good height. You see what I'm saying? Right? Or you'll see me hold the camera kind of down this way. Don't hold them up here. Hold them kind of belly button high, face on 90. Down the line, you're shooting kind of right between the toes and the ball. Stay still, hit the button, walk. Oh, and guess what you get to do? You get to trim a video. Okay, so you could hit 10 balls, guys. Let me give you an example. Coaches will show you how to do this. So whether you use your iPad or iPhone or Android, so here's take a video, okay? So I'm going to just let it record for a second. So a golf swing takes 2 seconds, so the video clips you send me should be 4 or 5 seconds, no more. But say you go hit 3 or 4 or 5, and you got this thing sitting on on some kind of a holder of some kind, and then you hit a couple perfect ones, and you hit one that's kind of not so good, and that's the one you want to send me. Perfect. So there's 18 seconds of video. You can grab the end of this and trim it. See, I'm dragging the bar from the outside, dragging it inward. You could hit half an hour's worth of shots with your camera on. If you want to cut, one beautiful one or one really bad one that disturbed you, oh, that's the one that drives me nuts, Martin. I just hit 10. You can thumb in. I hit 10 balls. This is the one that made me vomit. What do you think? Is there something different? Or here was a good one. Here was a bad one. Anything in there? Usually it's a very negligible difference, guys. Having a powwow with Alfonso, the big thing was the golf ball is not the end, guys. The golf ball is something I'm staring at that I am going to hit the shit out of, but the end is over here. And the better you know where the end is, the more reliably you'll get there, and the more reliably you'll get that thing in the middle of that journey. Okay, so guys, half an hour, the 2 or 3 of you with each coach, let's get one good video posted, a face on and down the line, okay? That way when you have questions here, because after lunch we're going to do some video, we're going to do some bunkers, and we're going to have our silly contest and give away some prizes. All right, sound good? Questions? Anybody burning desire to ask a question right now? Nothing? Okay, coaches, videos, let's go.